What's better than this? Guys being dudes.
Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 10 of the DudeBroDudes podcast. I am, as always, Gengareth, and joining me, of course, is the one and only Young Nuggy. How you doing, bro?
Not too bad. 10th episode, guys. Crazy. You guys probably didn't want it, but we're here.
Who would have thought? Look at us.
Look at us.
Look at us.
We're here. We're going to be answering some of your questions. We reached out on Twitter, various social medias, and you guys came back with some support, swinging out what you wanted to hear from us. And we're going to be going through, answering them to the best of our abilities, adding that little spice. And if you have any more questions after the episode, we always have comments, DMs. Please slide in.
Oh, please slide it. I need more people. I was going to make a transition there, but never mind. So, obviously, our clout levels are at critical condition right now, so we probably don't have enough questions to fill up an episode, but god damn it, we're going to try. We do with what we have the best we can, and sentences are hard to formulate when you're tired. So here we go. Who's the first question from? Wait, the first question was from you, actually.
Oh, baby, wow. Supporting your own content, hell yeah.
Shit, does this mean I'm gonna have to come up with one through the course of this? Shit, okay, put me on the spot, dude. Right.
Alright, so, first question by Young Nuggy himself. Fun drunk story that's not Monka TOS. So I've got a few. I'm normally the friend when you go out drinking who's like, well, no one's drinking, I better drink. And that way, like, I'm like, maybe other people drink, you know? So, like, I'm always the one getting way too hammered. So one of my stories is we were at this, like, party for a friend's birthday or something like that, backyard. We were all getting drunk. I was getting a little rowdy when what happened. So, like, we're on our way to go home, and they're like, one of my friends like, I'm gonna give you a ride home. And I'm like, it's a nice night, I'm gonna walk. Like, and they're like, no, you're in no condition to be walking right now. I'm like, no, I'll be fine. So they, like, managed to, like, wrangle me into the car. I'm, like, mid-crawling out of the front seat, like, half upside down. And then it's just, like, they're trying to get me in the car. I eventually get out. And then they're like, Adrian, get in the car. And I'm like, no. So then I grab onto the nearest thing to, like, anchor myself, and it happened to be, like, a telephone pole. And they were trying to pull me off, and I kept going, pull!
This is like some Benny Hill skit, dude. They're just, like, grabbing you by your ankles and pulling you. You're just, like, hanging on horizontally. Oh, amazing.
Yeah. So there's that one, and then there's, oh man. Oh, jeez. I forgot it. You're gonna have to come back to me, but what's your story?
Where do I begin? All of my drunk stories are like, they start off really funny just by the company that I'm in, and then typically ends up with me puking.
Wait, I thought you were freelance.
Okay, so you're a cunt. Most of these are from university, right? Let me think of the first one that I can dish out. So the one that's mainly coming to mind is in my first year of university, everyone's like, oh yeah, you should sign up for like a group, right? Like what do you call them? Societies, I think?
Club,
yeah, club kind of thing. So I was like, I was looking through, there was like archery and like rock climbing and like a lot of sporty shit, and I was like, fuck dude, I mean rock climbing was kind of interesting, but I was like, nah, I'm lazy. So I ended up signing up for a League of Legends tournament thing, which was like a society for League of Legends, right? It started off as casual, but then we started like entering tournaments and stuff, and I made a bunch of really cool friends in there. And after, I think it was like 2 weeks after we won one of the tournaments, we were like, oh, let's all go out. Like we haven't really hung out much prior, and we started like going out on the regular. And then one night in particular, I remember a bunch of us had been drinking, and then my friend came out who he doesn't drink at all, and he was like, oh, do you want me to like give you a lift anywhere? And we were like, McDonald's, mate. End of the night, we need to go to McDonald's. It's like the ritual, right? It's great like post like drinking food. Well, there was only 4 additional seats in the car, and there was 6 of us.
Oh, baby.
So I'm in the front, obviously. Called the shotgun. Your boy doesn't make your boy doesn't make any mistakes. And then we had 3 in the back, with one of them like lying across them. And then we had, we had one guy, Bedford. Shout out to Bedford, dude, absolute legend. He was in the trunk. He was in the boot of the car. And
Was
then,
it closed or like?
oh yeah, for sure it was closed. For sure it was closed. You know,
So like, what model car are we talking here?
I think it was like a
Just like a
BMW,
sedan, like a regular Ford or
oh sedan. Yeah, sedan. I don't know the names of cars, dude. I'm not that savvy. Sure, sedan. I don't fucking know. It was a BMW. That's all I know. And then he hopped in the trunk. And my friend was driving. I won't name names for other reasons, but he was like, "Yo, watch this." And there's just a direct street up to. So where I went to university, it's pretty much like there's one long street where everything's on, right? Like everything's on just this one street. But then you turn off and you go to McDonald's. But we have to go up the long street, and there were so many speed bumps. And he was like, watch this. And he just fucking full blows down the street like bam, bam. And we just hear Bedford in the back like, you bastard! You fucking... And he's just like, just ripping off in the back. And then he was like, oh, that was wild.
Was he a support main?
Bedford? No. He was a mid laner.
Oh.
He was a mid laner for sure. His main as well. So you take that as you will. And then after that, he got out the trunk and he was like, "Oh yeah, that was great." And he went back in the trunk after we got all the food. But this time he was like, "Oh, just give me my food. I'm not trusting you guys with it because we'll end up like eating it or whatever." And he had his bag of food and he had his drink in there as well. So James obviously was like, "Let's do that again." As we're driving back, and let's just say his milkshake was painted the interior of his car boot. After going over those speed bumps on the way back, it was
lovely.
It was a jolly good time. Some of the best memories. Another one that was, I think this was definitely a different occasion, but I met one of my one of Bedford's friends the same evening, and I remember we were like walking off the university campus, and there's this like small monument on the campus, right, where it's like a little statue, but I don't really know what it is, but it's like a little statue. And we're absolutely hammered at this point, and he just jumps up on it. We're like in front, walking ahead, and he's like trailing behind. And then he goes, "Guys, look, he's standing up on it, cock and balls out, just waving it." And me, by the way, it's winter, and he's just waving his cock around. And we're like, "Get the fuck down, pull your pants up." And then we go back to theirs. We have a cheeky doomsday alert. We have a cheeky, you know. All the good stuff. And now I can handle drink. I can handle green. I cannot handle both at the same time.
Green drinks don't really go well together.
Does not mix.
Like Shamrock Shake.
Yeah. Fucking what was it? Like Bailey's mint liqueur and all that shit, right? Does not go typically. And it was such a chill night as well. This guy was really cool. He was a musician, so we ended up like just chilling in his room. And he was like, you know, the guy who like pulls out his guitar, but he was actually kind of good, and he was kind of a cool guy. So I was about it. And then I just remember waking up the next day on his couch with my friend sleeping half naked across from me on the other couch. I'm obviously still fully clothed, but I don't know why the fuck he was naked. And then Bedford tells me the next day, he was like, "Oh yeah, you threw up in Zach's guitar." Like he was playing it, and apparently I was like, "Oh yeah, I know how to play guitar. I've never played guitar in my life, by the way." And then I do like a you know attempt to strum it, and then I just puke inside of the guitar. So this is why I don't drink anymore. Effectively. I'm prone to
my
puking.
story wasn't nearly as wild. I was just gonna talk about like how I was at this one rich person's house at like for a house party. Their parents come home and like you know rich people, they've got excessive furniture and decorations for no reason. Like
yeah, for sure.
So in the entryway of the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had this giant like flower pot that had nothing in it, and my drunk ass was like, I can fit in that, like, big cat vibes. Like if I fits, I sits, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I went with one of those, and I don't know. Time's very wibbly wobbly.
Timey-wimey, yep.
Yeah. If you're drunk, and at some point, the girl's mother came home and just
Oh, no.
stared me in the eyes like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Get out of the pop!" But I was chilling. I just sort of like sat there staring back.
Did she not say anything to you?
I mean, eventually, but like.
So with the timey-wimey shit out of the way, how long would you say passed whilst you guys are just looking at each other whilst you're in the pot, not saying anything?
I would estimate I sat in the pot for 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
About 3 minutes of non-verbal eye contact. It was
That's
more like
so
shock on her
uncomfortable.
end and mine. Like, I'm just chilling. Like,
I can just imagine you staring up at her with like a cheeky grin as well, like head wobbling because you can't, like your fucking equilibrium's off, so you can't like sit still. Oh.
Big Keck W.
Yeah.
Vibes, like, little Pepe laugh.
Exactly, dude. Oh, that's amazing. We're off to a good start.
Yeah,
We're off to a good start. Oh,
you wanna
like,
take the next?
I'm like low-key tearing up. That's hilarious. Okay. The next, we've actually got a few from this person. This one's from Satins. So first question from Satins: moving to Mixer when?
I don't think I'm interested in Mixer. Just like off of the friends I've made on Twitch. That, and I'm also like not in a current streaming like mindset or mood. So like even right now, not being on Twitch, Mixer still hasn't crossed my mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Mixer when's a no for me.
I think, I mean, I don't know much about the platform. Like, if I'm completely honest, I've not really looked into it. But from what I've heard about the people who have moved over, but obviously these are like really big names, but they get like paid, and it's more, like it's a better business relationship. Again, that doesn't really apply to me at this point. But if ever there was an opportunity to go over there, and there was a good business opportunity, I don't see why not. Like, I kind of don't understand. And you just brought this up as well, which is interesting. How you said you've made like a lot of friends on Twitch. But I don't see why you can't still have friends on Twitch and go to another platform. You know what I'm saying?
I know, like, the community, like, as far as like viewers and like other streamers and stuff like that, like hanging out and supporting a friend on Mixer is just like opening up a new tab.
Oh, the horror, dude. The horror.
Yeah. But like that's where it's like, it's jokingly, it's like just this forehead, but it's definitely like you can't argue that people won't do it.
I mean, for sure. I get it. I do get it. But I do think more people are going to start moving over to Mixer. Like you say, it's early days for it. Like, Twitch was just in TV, I think, before that, and it's been around for like 10 years now, I think.
Something like that.
So obviously it's the biggest one, but YouTube, once they get their live recording shit together, they're going to be popping because they've already got like the biggest platform, arguably. And I don't know how well Mix is going to do into that, but I'm not opposed to it. It's not something I see myself doing right now, but I don't see why we should limit ourselves.
Mixer.
I don't know what that is. That went straight over my head.
Man, Step Brothers, good movie. You should watch it.
Oh, I think I have. Yeah, I have, but it wasn't that impactful. Moving on to the next question, because I feel like I'm going to get roasted for that one. How did you choose your amazing mods?
So like body mods, are we talking about like Skyrim mods?
Channel mods, Nugget.
Oh man, yeah.
See, so we talked about this a little bit beforehand. I'm fully going to put you on blast. Nuggy doesn't know who his mods are. I'm just going to let that sink in. You may answer the question now, by the way.
No, I'm kidding. So like, understandably, I don't know who my own mods. Like, I know who some of them are. I don't know like the full list of it. mainly because before I got yelled at by like 10 to 15 different people, I would literally make anyone who entered my channel a mod.
Mm-hmm. The good old
And I
days.
was, yeah, I was a big old like, see, I miss those days. I was big on the, if everyone's a mod, it'll sort itself out. Like,
To be fair, you had
'cause,
no problems.
yeah, it was a flawless system and I still stand by it. It's just harder now because I use bots and things like that.
Mm.
So the levels of what they could control is more than what it was previously when I had everyone as mods.
Yeah.
Because with everyone as mods without bots and like things like that, pretty much all they could really do is ban or time people out. But if a mod can't time out another mod, so it just sort of sorted itself out, and then it's pretty much just everyone just having an icon next to their name.
Yeah.
So that was really interesting, but I got yelled at for it. So I definitely like dropped that number down tremendously. But pretty much for my current mods right now, they're just like homies, real life, online. Some of the homies. Or if someone needed to do like a mod thing for whatever reason, I'd be like, hey, fuck it, have a sword. Or if you really wanted one, and I was like, not a bad pick. Fuck it, have a sword.
Yeah, the criteria is very low. Right? The bar is set so low for
I mean,
for
same
mod
with my
status.
Tinder profile, so
Oh baby, it hurts because it's true. See, right because this kind of transitions on to the next question. But before we do, I've got a bone to pick with you because you actually match with cuties as well, but then you just don't do anything about it. But then you complain at the same time.
social anxiety.
It doesn't apply, dude. It's not socializing if it's through an app, okay?
Okay. So I'm just gonna hang up on this call because we're not socializing.
This is through voice. That's different. You have literally like you're typing to someone.
How do we become friends?
You came into my stream and offered me Photoshop.
All right, you right. Valid.
But yeah, transitioning on to the next question. Worst
transitioning
date.
on to how did you choose your mods?
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. How did I choose my mods? So I had really shitty mods way back when. I since got rid of all those. The mod that I have had the longest is Phoenix. Phoenix, just because he's like IRL friend, he knows a lot about like Discord and stuff. Hooked me up with a lot of that. One of the homies, obvious choice. And then the kind of new wave, well, the dawn of the new wave of mods, as we like to call it, was Sophia. I modded Sophia about a year ago. She just came to the channel, vibed really well. And then she noticed pretty much, but you know, without the Photoshop. And she, you know, we vibed really well right off the bat, and she noticed that people were being dicks to me. And I was just kind of, you know, it was banter, but it was like a bit excessive. And then she was like, oh, you know, you need like a tough mod, a mod that will just like not take shit and time people out. Because she understands that streamers, you know, don't want to be the people that always time them out because, you know, it kind of ruins the flow of things. I was like, hell yeah, sure. And then my old mods weren't happy with that, but they're gone now, so fuck them. Later. And yeah, then we took on some new people. Well, we got 2 new mods. Actually, do you know what? I've just had terrible luck with mods. Other than Sophia, Rick, and Sushi, who are like my current mods now. I don't think I'm forgetting anyone. No, I'm not forgetting anyone. Shout out to the mods, by the way. They do a great job. They do a great job.
I think Sophie is personally like the pinnacle of mods.
She is.
What I've seen in your channel.
She is. Like, no offense to anyone else who's a mod, but like Sophia kills it. She's really good. I think she gets that from just being a guild leader though. She's like been a guild leader, so she knows how to like handle plebs and stuff.
Responsibility.
Yeah.
Yikes.
But yeah, how did I choose my amazing mods? Poorly. Then some worked out, and then Sophia chooses my mods from this point forward because I don't trust myself because I've had bad luck with choosing mods.
Valid.
Next one. You're
All right.
up.
So I've been answering most of the questions first. We're gonna start this one off on you.
Sure. Okay.
What was the worst date that you've ever had?
Um, one, I feel like dates are just kind of outdated, right? Like pun somewhat intended. I just don't think people go
Yikes.
on dates as much in today's day and age. So I've only got like a limited amount of experience with this. But the one date that comes to mind is I was talking to a girl from Tinder, obviously, for maybe like a month. And it was like she was like really busy, and then I was really busy, and like things just didn't line up very well. And then I just kind of stopped talking to her, because she like pissed me off, and then she like went in this phase of like, oh no, please, like, give me another chance, like let's go hang out, like I really like you and stuff. So we went out on a date. I was like, oh, she's pretty serious about things. And I thought the date went pretty well. Oblivious dude, obviously. It was just
classic.
it was just standard. Like we just went out for a few drinks, had some banter. Like had very promiscuous talk in the middle of the pub as well. So I was like, oh shit, this is going pretty well. Then then we just kind of ended it, and then just ghosted me completely after. Never heard from her again. Yeah, feels bad.
Can we get a feels bad, man?
Do we get some F's in the chat? Feels bad. Yeah. That was it. Like I said, the date itself wasn't that bad, but just the results of the date were kind of shitty. But yeah, that was it.
So my worst date was back in high school. Like I don't think I've had arguably like a terrible date. Like nothing went comedically wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So it was hard for me to come up with an answer to this one. But I definitely think my worst date, high school, at the movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's a pretty bog standard. You're like you get snacks, popcorn, you're chilling, like holding hands, cuddling, stuff like that. But then we start making out, right? And I'm like, I'm not opposed to this. This is nice. This is good. So we do that for a long time. I look up at the screen and the movie's like almost over, and it's like the really good part. So I start watching it. So I'm like, ooh, this is exciting. And it just sort of finishes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now that I've seen the ending, I'm like, wait, what the fuck happened during the middle of the movie? But here's the problem. It was the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes movie, the first one.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm not going out of my way to watch that a second time. Like,
that wasn't a bad movie, dude. That was a fine movie. Okay, it was okay. I liked it. Continue.
69% Rotten Tomatoes.
Dude,
Nice.
fuck Rotten Tomatoes. They gave Dave Chappelle 0% or whatever the fuck it was. Okay, fuck them.
But yeah. So it's like a Sherlock Holmes movie. It's like you can't just watch the ending. You like it's all about like the little details building up to it and all the setup.
Yeah.
So it's like it wasn't a bad date necessarily because making out nice, but it was like it ruined the movie for me. I haven't watched it since. It's like I'm lacking critical information. Feels bad.
I actually had. I guess I suppressed this memory because I don't remember it as being bad because I got laid.
Nice. Yeah. High five, real quick.
High five. Like, there we go. Done. So this was one of we actually ended up dating for a while after this, for about a year, I think. But she lived quite far away from me. She got the train down to see me. And then
Is that like a sex position or?
She always gave me shit for this because this is how bad I am with women, right? This is straight up how bad I am with women. So she got in at like 9, and like general anxiety and stuff. I was like, oh dude, I don't want to go out in the dark. It's like winter. Like I live in a dodgy area. I don't want to go out in the dark. So she was like, oh, okay, my train's just got in. This was like, no, she was like, oh my train gets in at this time. This is like the day prior. And I was like, she was like, oh, so you're going to meet me at the train station? I was like, oh, it's not that far. You've got Google Maps, right?
Oh my God.
Like, actual cunt. I realize this now, everyone, but I was young and stupid. So
This is the same guy who's like, yeah, I've never had a date go bad.
it wasn't bad for me, but yeah, I thought it was a good date, but then she always told me afterwards that it was like a really bad date. And then we just went to Weatherspoons, right, which is just like standard shit. Just went to get food and whatever, food and some drinks. And then we went back to mine. Doing the touchy feely, everything's going pretty good. And then I don't know if it was like the anxiety from like nerves or whatever, or I think it was food poisoning because we ate prior. But
you don't have a good track record.
I don't, dude. I puke a lot. Just want to throw that out there. I didn't puke on her. I just want to make that clear real quick. Because it didn't actually. It wasn't puke. It was coming out the other end. But I had to like low key after like performing the coitus. I've always wanted to use that in a sentence.
Oh my God.
After that, I had to like, make sure she was asleep and slip out of the bed real quick. Do the old, roll over, leave her on her side of the bed, come out, and then slip your arm out to go to the bathroom, right? And then I see my housemate at the time as I'm like going to the toilet, and I'm literally like stark bollock naked. I got nothing on because it's like 4 a.m. I was like, I don't need to put clothes on. I really need to shit. So I just ran to the toilet, and he was like, "Hey," he was like starting to like greet me because he probably heard us. And then he like looked down. And I was like, "Can't talk." That's all I said. Just can't talk. Went straight into the bathroom, shut the door. Yeah, and then that was that. But I remember at one point
she heard.
Oh, she for sure knew something was up because I told her I felt sick earlier in the day. Yeah. And I was like standing at the window to like get deep breaths and shit because I thought I was gonna puke, and then I guess it just went all south from there.
Yikes!
Yeah.
Was she awake when you went to the bathroom?
I fucking hope not, but maybe. She never brought it up in past conversations, so. But yeah, she said it was a really bad date. Sex was good, so. It was good.
On your end.
No, that was she actually told me when we broke up that was the only reason she stayed with me for so long.
Hey, nice.
I was like, I'll take it. Right. Next question. And here we were thinking that we weren't gonna have an hour's worth of content, dude. We're killing it.
We might have too many questions.
What's your stance on hot dogs being considered sandwiches?
I've actually had this discussion with multiple people.
I've never had this discussion, so please educate me.
All right, so hot dog, it's pretty much own entity in the United States, like iconic, right? Bread, hot dog, it's like just a bun with a slit and hot dog. Arguably, an open-faced sandwich. It's essentially a sub. It's just like
it's closer to a sub. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but your subs are just long boy sandwiches.
What if it's a baguette? Is that still a sandwich?
You've never had a sub on a baguette?
I'm not.
You never had a jambon beurre with on a baguette?
I mean, we've had this discussion, dude. The first time I went into a Subway, I had a panic attack because there was too much choice.
Oh, baby.
Like, I'm not that adventurous when it comes to food.
No, I only know about jambon beurres because I watch like a sandwich making video, like series on YouTube. Mm-hmm. I'm really into like watching food videos, but I'm never cooking. Yeah, so I would say it's an open-faced sandwich, especially if you add salad to it.
Who the fuck has salad on hot dogs? What?
You can.
I mean, you can, but who does? Or more importantly, why would you?
I've seen it.
It's very strange. I've never seen that. Like, it's like onions, mustard, or ketchup. Those like the only things available, right?
Relish too. Chili cheese.
Oh yeah, like chili cheese is good as well.
Yeah, but no, you can add like lettuce and tomato and stuff like that. It's essentially like a bologna sandwich. Because the hot dog's essentially like bologna. It's just processed meat jumbled together.
As a New Yorker, I thought you'd have more of a strong stance to it being just a hot dog.
You mean I like to consider myself an intellectual. So I'm very open mind, open sandwich, you know?
Oh baby. Okay, dude.
Your opinions?
I haven't considered it prior. I don't care enough whether or not it is, but I would say it's just a hot dog. Why do we have to label everything? Oh, it's a sandwich. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude.
All right, Freud.
Yeah.
Sometimes a hot dog's just a hot dog.
Exactly. Exactly my point.
A weak stance ass.
Mm-hmm. Right. Sum up the internet in one word.
Come back to me on this one.
Spicy. Done.
Come back to me on this one.
I feel like spicy just sums up everything so well. Like with the good, with the bad.
I love saying spicy. I've been saying it to my manager, and like,
I got it from you.
He'll ask me like, "Oh yeah, it's a good term."
It is.
He's like, how's this and this go?" And I'm like, it's pretty spicy. Or it's spicy today. Like,
yeah, it's more about how you say
right
it than the word itself, which I love.
It's like
the word fuck, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't going to elaborate. You can continue.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's like the guy who needs the word scunt. Like if someone has cool news, oh scunt, or like if someone like or if something's bad, you call them a scunt. Like it's just different. It's,
okay, you've lost me on that one.
It's pretty much cunt with an SK instead of a C. But like oh scunt, yeah, like shit like that. It's
okay.
No.
Okay. I mean, cunt's too good of a word on its own. Yeah, you can send me the reference afterwards. Okay.
But some of the internet in one word. Fuck, this is such a hard question because you took spicy.
You can
and
still take
baby's a 2-word thing.
You can still
so,
take spicy.
No, but
I mean, technically, you used it first, so I'll give you that one.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna say titties.
Yep, big old anime titties.
Have you heard the song "Big Titty Hentai Hose"?
No, but I'm about to.
All right. Also sending that to you after this video.
What would be the worst buy one free sale of all time? Sorry, buy one get one free sale of all time.
The worst buy one get one.
This is a weird one.
Yeah, a lot of these questions have me racking my brain.
I know, right?
Real hard. Like
we never come into the podcast like, oh yeah, we're gonna have to think. Like we're gonna have to.
Both of my brain cells are rubbing against each other. Like it's nobody's business. Worst buy one get one free. No, vasectomies.
Huh. Touche.
You?
I don't know, dude. I mean, I was gonna going off of that. I was gonna say abortion, but that's a bit too monkey-ass. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
Spicy.
This one's yeah. I think I should just move on because I'm just gonna think of some real dark shit. Right? Is Gorillaz the best band ever? No.
No.
They're pretty good, but you know.
I don't even really like them.
Oh, you're gonna have to fight a French woman.
Oh man, she'll surrender. So I've only known the one Gorillaz song. Like that's it. That's
that one.
Yeah.
Excellent rendition. If you know, you know. How many beanies do you own? You specifically. And what colors?
So, in terms of Carhartt, which is my main brand, my ride or dies, I got 14. I got like a marigold color, orange, gray, black, heather gray, brown. I got repeats of some, like a darker gray, a blue, a navy if I didn't say that already. I got a light tan. It's hard because I'm going off the dome. Pun
Wait,
intended.
you don't have them all on Dolo?
No, I don't have the list on Dolo.
Jeez.
But I've also got some auxiliary brands. Like I got one from a friend that's just like a black beanie that says "Cats greater than people." I got
Edgy.
the Milu X Pedro fresh one limited run one.
That one's very clean, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Very clean.
It's so hygienic. It's a fucking green beanie with a golden blue acorn on it.
That shit's
Fresh,
so
dude.
fly. You're gonna call
One
the
of a
cops on your own
kind.
damn self.
Fucking narc alert. Like,
You got it wrong. Oh.
dude.
So we've been referencing a lot of Tabasco
Tabasco
Sweet, yeah, for his
Yeah, that was a dead
excellent
giveaway.
slang. Shout out to Tabasco Sweet. Link might be in the description if one of us remembers how to do it.
Yeah,
Don't
we'll probably
stop
get it
calling
a week
us
late.
out on that shit. By the way, we're forgetful, and
If you guys aren't putting the F's in chat, we aren't putting the links in the bio. Right?
exactly, this is a two-way street. It takes two to tango.
Oh, and I also have a primitive beanie that I really fuck with. It's black and it has the primitive P with a rose in it. I think it's from the Heartbreakers collection.
Oh shit, dude! I want us to get a primitive beanie. I couldn't find the Shenron one though. Disappointing.
Yeah, I mean,
Would you ever
gotta
do a
just make one.
stream where you wear all of them at the same time?
They would definitely stretch out, so I would have to like
You could just
be
balance
ready
them.
to. I'd be ready. It's just like the 100 layers of shirts. Like I'd have to be ready to buy a new fleet. But yeah, I'd do it. That'd involve me streaming and coming out of retirement. So at New Kid, finish Egg Game and Jump King.
Yeah, that's not happening. You need to figure out a new,
I
a
know.
new thing for that.
No, that's what I like because it gives me long enough to actually enjoy retirement.
Right. What does your ideal day look like?
Do you want to go first? Because mine's like super whack.
I mean, mine's gonna be pretty whack too. Like, wake up after a good snooze, feeling rested.
Oh, you had me there. You had me at that.
And then just chilling, dude. Like play some games, maybe hang out with some friendos online. Dude, I'm real simple living when it comes to that kind of shit. Like, I'm living my best life as it is right now.
I was just gonna go with my answer for like in school and just like up until that, it's like, what's your dream day or something? Like your ideal day.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's always been like the same answer. It's like partially why my favorite color is green. I just like really like trees and grass. So my ideal day is like laying in an open field. This is in a world where bugs don't exist to crawl on you. Where you're just laying in a grassy field, the wind's slightly blowing, it's a nice like summer day, blue sky, under like the shade of a tree so your eyes aren't burning as you look up to the sky. And just like living life and breathing air.
And you thought mine was sorry, and you thought yours was going to be whack. Mine just sounds like utter trash in comparison to that. All right, dude. This man's out here writing romance novels under a tree, and I'm just like, yeah, I like going on my PC sometimes.
I was gonna say maybe with an acoustic guitar, but I can't bring those up next to you.
Yeah, very good point. Cats or dogs?
Oh, cats.
Sophia says,
And I'll
why
tell
is it
you why
cats?
After. It's definitely cats because I love dogs. They're fun, they're cozy, they always want to hang out, and they're just like great personalities. But I like cats because cats are like me. Like, if a cat wants to come chill, it'll come chill. But cats, they're like, sometimes they just want to fuck off and just enjoy their own life.
Yeah,
And
they're
that's why
much
I
more
resonate with
independent,
them.
right? Dogs get... Oh, no, I shouldn't say that. But dogs are a bit too dependent, right? It feels like...
We are generalizing dogs, but, like, dogs do need constant food, water per meal. Like,
I mean, not even
or a
like that,
cat.
right? Like, not even that. Like, I understand what you're saying, but just the attention levels are very different, right? Like, again, speaking pretty generally, but a lot of the dogs, because I've had quite a few dogs, and each of them have like attention needs. Like, they'll be like all over you, like when you come in from like from getting home from like work or whatever. And at first it's, oh shit, dude, this is so cute. If you've had like a really shit day at work, it's like, oh my dude, like I just need some space, like 5 minutes, please. It's a bit much, but yeah,
I actually have two
I actually
favorite
prefer
dogs,
though. Saying that, I do prefer dogs.
Really?
Yeah.
I have two dogs that I've really liked in my life.
Mm-hmm.
The first one that I met was a paraplegic blind basset hound
What does
named
paraplegic
Penelope.
mean?
Paralyzed from like the waist down.
Yikes.
I have to. What do you mean?
Dude, what do you mean? That's sad. Yikes.
All right,
They're paralyzed.
I mean, yeah, just only in the back legs. And
So
they're
did they
kinda
have one of
blind.
those like they had like the wheels on the back legs?
No, so they sort of like drag themselves around like a seal.
Oh dude, that's so upsetting.
But it was one of my friends, and they like helped out the dog, like because it was in a shelter, so they like rescued it.
Mm-hmm.
And like it was just like a chill dog, you know. It was just trying to live its life. Sometimes when it would get diarrhea, though, it just sort of like drag poop everywhere. But like aside from that, like you hang out with the dog, you take it outside to pee, and then you hold the back legs up. It's normal. So Penelope was dope. And then my actual favorite dog, sorry, Penelope, was a little Shih Tzu named Loki.
Yeah.
And I don't know, something about that dog just like resonated with me. It hit home, like holding it. I'm about to cry right now. Like holding it, it's like he was my friends got him. Because I think my friend's uncle had two Shih Tzus,
Yeah.
and my friend was looking for a dog, so they gave them Loki, and we were there like hanging out with Loki, and like playing with it because it was like relatively new, and they were like, "Hey, come check out our dog." So I did, and just like holding him, he was like scared but having fun. Just like I don't know, I just connected to that dog, and they had to give him back because Loki's brother was having separation anxiety, and Loki was kind of sad about it too.
Yeah.
So when Loki got back, there was just like the cutest video of them reuniting and like literal tears. I don't know. It was so bad that my girlfriend at the time bought me a stuffed Shih Tzu to like make me feel better about losing Loki, and it wasn't even my dog.
That's so sweet, dude.
Yeah.
That's so
I
sweet.
definitely have like fucked up some relationships. But yeah. Next question.
Favorite ice cream flavor? We're gonna need some after this podcast, dude.
Just eat the ice cream, watch movies, and cry the feels away.
Yep.
Yeah. So do you want to go first? Because I have 8 years in the ice cream industry, so like
You're a bit of a
answer is
connoisseur.
definitely-
Yeah.
I don't want to say connoisseur, but it's definitely just more like based around being in the field.
Either I'm pretty standard when it comes to this. Either like standard mint choc chip, but not too like if the chocolate chips are like too big, it takes away from the ice cream because it becomes more of a just fucking crunch fest. Like very very small chocolate chips, even like shavings are good, right? Like chocolate shavings. Salted caramel, always a good one.
Salted caramel's a heater.
Yeah. Do you have like raspberry ripple in the States?
It's like vanilla with raspberry swirls and like chocolate chip.
Not the chocolate chip.
Oh, but yeah, I can picture that. Yeah.
Yeah, just I'm a big raspberry guy. I love the flavor, so just that kind of stuff. Okay, come on, you gotta hit me now. What's
All right, so I'm gonna be that snob who differentiates between soft serve and hard ice cream,
okay?
like scooped versus like machine ice cream.
Yeah. Which is better, by the
and
way? In your opinion, which is better, soft serve or hard scoop?
It depends on the medium. If I'm going for just a cone, I'll probably prefer hard ice cream. But soft serve's more like flexible. It lends itself to more like sundaes, toppings, and things like that. Because like hard ice cream, I feel like the scoops with like toppings and things like that, it's like too much solid.
It is, but I
and
think
density.
soft scoop puts you on a timer, right? Like you're much
I mean,
more
I
on the
like
clock to eat
melted
soft
ice
serve.
cream.
I mean, so do I. But like, if you've got like a big ass cone, right, and you don't want to eat it too quick. Say it's like not the perfect ice cream eating weather, right? You just wanted to indulge a little bit. If you're trying to eat that shit real quick and it's just like dribbling all over your hands and shit, it just ruins the experience.
Valid, valid. Um, so my favorite soft serve is blueberry soft serve in a waffle cone with rainbow sprinkles, or Jimmy's, depending on how you call it.
Mm-hmm.
And then hard ice cream, it's actually a combo. It's a scoop of your traditional chocolate chip cookie dough
Okay.
with a scoop of pumpkin pie ice cream, which is a pumpkin flavored ice cream with like whipped cream swirls in it. So it's like whipped
Oh,
cream flavored swirls, yeah. So the combination of the two pair really well together.
sounds really good actually.
Yeah, and then like obviously I like salted caramel and things like that too.
I've never
If
tried
I had to
blueberry
go,
soft swirl, but I'm gonna have to because I feel like blueberry hard scoop's pretty good. The soft serve I imagine would be pretty good. Like the flavors, like
yeah.
it's subtle enough that it would go pretty well with like creamy textures. I imagine.
I had so the job I worked at had over 100 soft serve ice cream possibilities
Jeez. Okay.
of just like base flavors.
Mhm.
And a customer ordered this combination. Like whenever you make like a milkshake or things like that, there's like the little extra at the bottom of like the mixing cup.
Right.
So if it's an interesting enough flavor, we'll like bring it to the back, grab a spoon, and try it out, just so we can like be like, okay, now we understand what it tastes like. We can sell it to a customer and be like, hey, because people will ask you like, I don't know what I'm in the mood for. Can you recommend something?
Yeah.
But it's
Sure.
always good to like increase your palate.
Mhm.
So a customer ordered, what was it again? Cotton candy soft serve mixed with marshmallow flavor.
Interesting.
And you're like, that doesn't sound like it should work. Like marshmallow, while it's like light and fluffy as a like ice cream flavor, it's gonna be more on the dense side, where cotton candy is like really light. Um, the marshmallow added a good creamy flow to the cotton candy, and it was a surprise combo that you wouldn't expect that I really fucked with.
Hmm.
Like people
Touche.
ordered some weird shit. Definitely ordered some weird shit. Like gummy worms on a banana split, questionable.
Oh,
But
I really dig gummy bears. Like, if I just eat gummy bears in any capacity, so if they're on the
yeah,
the toppings menu, I'm like, yeah, I'll take those.
I can see that. Out of the traditional like Neapolitan, what would be your go-to flavor?
The Neapolitan's chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, right?
Yeah,
Chocolate probably. Strawberry just
I'm a
doesn't
vanilla
hit me.
guy.
Strawberry just
I like
doesn't hit.
I can fuck with strawberry shakes. Um, I like I like vanilla.
I think strawberry is like the worst fruit flavoring. Like, there's so many other options, like raspberry, blueberry,
Black
banana. I'm
raspberry
a
ice cream goes
big
hard.
fan of banana milkshakes. They
I hate
slap.
banana flavoring.
Oh,
It's
fuck
probably
yeah.
from like just it staining my hand and like the strong like extract flavor and things like that.
Oh, what's the? I can't remember the other one, but yeah, those are pretty good. Also, bubblegum. Shout out to bubblegum. I didn't give that one
I've
enough
never
credit.
been a big bubblegum kid.
I've got a big old sweet tooth, so bubblegum hits different. Right. Will you ever do an AMA/Q&A from Canites?
Probably not. It seems like a trash idea. We don't have enough questions to stretch an hour span.
Yeah, I don't think we've got enough clout levels. Clout levels right now are in critical condition. I don't think we
Yeah.
can pull enough people in to get enough questions going. Yeah, probably
Plus,
not.
that requires max authenticity, and we ain't about it.
Yeah. I think like we're still kind of technically dry, so I don't think we're there just yet. Okay, so next
Yeah.
one
But
is
once we get those
from.
clout tokens on Dolo.
Oh my god. Next one's from Guy. So my name's Guy and I'm a bitch. I have nothing of value to say. That's not really a
uh,
question.
be
Okay.
faithful.
Be faithful. Stay humble. Sit down. Um, I can't remember what his actual question was. We'll get back to it if I remember. But fuck you for the original question, Guy. Prone. This one has been a hot topic. Everyone's been dying to know, what is your favorite cheese?
Alright. So I've said this before. It's gotta be smoked Gouda. Like Gouda's Gouda, but smoked Gouda elevates the game, especially if you get like a hint of bacon in the smoking process, like bacon smoke. Just like when it's melty. I think it's got like that's what I like about Gouda. It's not too sharp. It's very like mild but defined, and it has a great melt consistency. Like it's got the good pull. The mouth feels there. I don't like hard dry cheeses. I like them more on the softer side, but I don't like them too soft. Like we're not going full brie on this.
Very educated answer. I'm not gonna lie. I said this earlier in the podcast. I'm not very adventurous when it comes to food. What's my favorite cheese? Melted. I don't. That's pretty much it. Like I won't eat cheese if it's just regular cheese. Like it has to be melted. I just don't trust cold, waxy foods. It's like a texture thing. Feels very strange. The taste is so much wouldn't be that bad, I imagine. But yeah,
Do you know like when you find out a fact, or like you always knew like that was a thing and like it makes sense, but like you never knew like the fact behind it?
Sure. Yeah.
So I was recently watching a video, as I do, on food, and it was like amateurs try to insert basic kitchen operation here. So one was grate cheese, and what they do is they lay out like a spread of tools, some of them right, some of them wrong, and they just give people a block of cheese and a bunch of tools and leave them to figure it out on their own. But and then after they have like a chef explain like the reasoning's best methods and like per object, and someone just said like, oh yeah, so the main reason you grate cheese is to give it more surface area for easier melting. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Like that's why it's always in like grated cheese and quesadillas, and you're not just slamming a block in a tortilla.
Yeah. But you
And
didn't just consider that beforehand, is what you're saying?
yeah, it's like something you always knew and took for granted, but then like when you hear it, you're like, yeah, that makes sense. That's it.
Yeah, it's like I think I was it university? I think it was university, and someone was trying to make like a grilled cheese, and they just put like a block of cheese on top of bread. I was like, yeah, that's not gonna work. Like,
No.
not gonna work at all, my guy. Unfortunate. But yeah, sorry, Prone. I feel like I've let you down with this one. Don't disown me.
Hopefully my answer makes up for it. Oh, but if
Hopefully.
we are talking about favorite cheeses to say, Camembert.
Camembert. I think
Camembert.
that might be frowned upon, honestly.
I mean, not in the gay community.
Hot take, right? Harper,
No,
with
'cause,
the
like,
next question. I know. I'm fully aware of the terminology.
Oh, are you now?
Shut the fuck. Right, Harper. Would you rather have bionic arms or bionic legs? I like that he gives us a set of limbs. Most people say, would you rather have one bionic arm or one bionic leg? But he's given us the set, which is very generous.
Oh.
Legs, I think, is
So-
the go-to answer, right?
All right, hear me out on this. I would say legs because, like, oh, you could run really fast, you can jump high, you won't have bad knees in my old age from sitting down in a chair like most of my life.
Yep.
But think of the potential of jacking it with a bionic arm.
See, that was my first thought also.
Yeah. I don't know. I
It's
think
like-
bionic arm would be sick. Like you could kill it in a game of darts, pub games.
You just win
Uh,
any kind of arm-related competition, right? Like arm wrestling, that's pretty much it. But like you'd be sick at bowling as well. Like bowling, you could get
Yeah.
that like super accurate.
Dude, imagine you're aiming.
What, just like-
Actualaimbot.exe.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, you just install a new driver in your arm, and then you just become like a god at any FPS. But
Yeah.
you know, like when you're you're jacking it, but then you get to like kind of the crux, and then you're, oh dude, my arm's kind of tired. You wouldn't have that issue with this.
Yeah.
You'd just be
Yeah.
able to sail through.
Yeah, fuck legs, dude. Definitely arms.
I think arms is the one. Everyone's thinking of like quality of life shit, but you peak in life with the arms.
I'm just telling you, I don't think your ladies would be upset if you had bionic arms. I'm just throwing that
Exactly,
one out
dude. What are
there.
you gonna do with a bionic leg? Actually, let's not answer that. How
Next
much?
question, next question.
How much sawdust can you put into Rice Krispie treat before people start to notice? I'd say a solid 30%. Like,
Really? I saw the video, and most people noticed around, like, I think the 15 to 25. They might have done in 30. I don't remember the intervals. But it's like a dead giveaway, fam. The sawdust does change the color of the Rice Krispie treat.
oh, it changes the
Um,
color of it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a dead giveaway.
Dude. I mean, if you look at it from afar, though, like low res fire threads, you might be good.
No,
But
that was a stretch. No, I see what you tried to do there, but that was a stretch.
yeah.
Unfortunate.
Feels bad. Yeah. No, I think it's visible. The acceptable edible amount of sawdust is like under 50%.
Oh, you can survive. I don't know what the
No.
like
You
health
can
effects
survive
would be.
eating one. You can eat 100% sawdust,
Oh, okay,
like
cool.
baked into a Rice Krispie treat in like a solid form. It's edible.
So-
It's like eating bark.
The Rice Krispie treats, the Rice Krispies with like marshmallow, right?
Yeah.
So then you'd put in the sawdust. So is it still technically dry?
No. I see.
I feel like we're just see like we're doing the podcast, but at the same time, like
We're just trying to
on
force
another
it as much-
level, we're just like
we're
trying to one up
mini
each
game.
other with the fucking mini game going on in the background, which I love. This is amazing. All the old
I
heads in
think-
the comments are like, "What are they doing?"
Oh man, get with the times.
You get with the 3017 slang levels. Yeah, I'd say 30%, but again, my taste palette is pretty on the shit
Chances
side.
are I'd eat a chunk of a 100% sawdust Rice Krispie.
Like, if you got it in like the middle and you just didn't do it on the outer layers, you wouldn't notice visibly. Plus, who looks at their food before they eat it? What are you, a fucking nerd?
Yeah, just cover it in some gravy and don't get food poisoning.
Oh, fuck you, dude. Right, next question. Have you ever dealt with isolation/loneliness despite being surrounded by people? What do you do to stop feeling that way? Yes, first of all.
Yeah, this one's a big yes for me, dog. Especially with seasonal affective disorder, I find myself doing this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing is realize that you're in that position, I want to say, and then think of like when you isolate yourself or feel alone, like why are you feeling that way, and what are things that like you enjoy? Because once you start doing things that you enjoy around people, like, well, there's different contexts. Like if you're doing it because like you're sad or like just in a numb mood, try to find things that you enjoy even though it's hard, and like just really push yourself to do it and reward yourself for like the little things that you do accomplish, even if it's not your full goal. But if it's just like you're in a social interaction, it's like you don't really fuck with anyone there, then yeah, it's cool to isolate yourself.
I want to say it's cool necessarily, but yeah, it's more understandable. Right.
Yeah.
So I've dealt with this quite a lot. How to put it? Right, so I'm going to give you two examples. The first example is at my last job, we used to go out on the weekends like drinking, and all of my friends were like really heavy drinkers, and I've never really been a big drinker. Like I drink socially, but that was pretty much it. So it'd get, and I
Really,
sober
I
up.
drink alcohol. How do you drink socially?
Shut the fuck up. So even though like I don't drink often, I only drink beer, right? And just because of like metabolism and shit, I guess, like I sober up really quickly. So in a couple of instances, like waiting to get into a new bar, or just waiting to get a new drink or whatever, if it's like a really busy night, I'll sober up. And everyone else is like completely hammered because they're drinking like God knows what. And at that point, I like try to. Well, it's not I don't try to, but I kind of isolate myself. And it's something that I kind of realized that it was more. One was because I was more aware of my surroundings, right? And I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of dumb, and I was like overthinking too much. But then I also was, how to put it? It was almost like me being scared to be like vulnerable in a sense. I'm probably wording that really poorly, but it was more a sense of I didn't want to like make a fool of myself. But then I realized everyone else is already making a fool of themselves, and no one really cares. right? And I'm in a better position because I'm fully aware of my actions because I'm not drunk, and then I can just act like a twat anyway. So I did, and then I ended up having like a really good time once I realized that. And then the second example is the same situation. It's how I kind of got over this. I went to my first ever festival a couple of years back, and then I went again last year because I enjoyed it so much. There were so many people there. It was just me and like one of my really good friends, and I have social anxiety. So I was like, oh shit, how am I going to manage this? But instead of like isolating myself and just being like right at the back or whatever, I just immersed myself in it like straight away. I threw myself into like the fucking mosh pits. I threw myself like straight into the center of the crowd. I was dancing with girls that were like really fucking attractive, like straight up, like out of my league, dude. Out of my league. Nothing happened, obviously, but you know, just have a good time. And I realized that everyone else here was either really fucked up on like drugs or alcohol or whatever, or they were just there to have a good time. And I was like, as long as I'm in that same mindset, I don't have to be drunk. I can just do whatever the fuck, and then, you know, we're good to go.
Yeah, that's really another thing too. It's like if you find yourself like feeling isolated in just like an environment, just like zoning out, things like that, try to force yourself into a new environment or feeling like do something out of the ordinary, mix it up.
And it is scary, right? Like taking the leap is kind of scary for sure. But you know, you won't know till you try.
Yeah, if you keep repeating the same actions and expecting a different outcome,
that's the definition of insanity, right? No, it is, right? Einstein's definition of insanity, I think. Repeating the same actions and expecting different results.
Or if you're a Far Cry 3 player, boss.
I haven't played it.
I was also going to say though, for you personally, G.
Yes.
You can avoid the awkward waiting for a drink by ordering 2 drinks at once every time you go up.
That's genius.
Yeah. That's how I live my life. I get 2 drinks, I'm double-fisted every time.
Genius. Well, I don't drink anymore, but because of previous vomiting stories. Yeah. But if I was to drink again, then I would definitely employ that strat. Nice.
I don't know. I think you drinking, like maybe for a podcast episode, would be a good gag.
I probably would end up gagging and then puking at some point, depending on the amount of alcohol I consume, sure. But yeah, anything for the content, dude. Anything for the content.
I'm lucky thinking about tossing a few back for this episode. You know, AMAs seems like a good time.
You're trying to get sauced up? I mean, go for it, dude. Go for it.
Not right now. I didn't plan ahead. I have to plan ahead.
When do we?
Maybe next time.
When do we?
Literally, like, running an hour late to record. We're in people's chats asking for questions. Never us.
I don't know who does that. That'd be weird. Yeah. So, would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck? Okay, usually the question is 10 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck. Because 100 is pretty excessive. And I usually spice up this question myself by doing 10 duck-sized Conor McGregors or 1 Conor McGregor-sized duck. But yeah,
wait,
we'll do this.
Just a regular duck size?
Oh, you call him short?
Yeah. Me?
I'm no comment.
A little old me.
no comment. So yeah, 100 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck?
I would, unarmed, go for 100 duck-sized horses.
I mean, without getting too graphic, because, you know, don't harm animals. But I think they'd be much more manageable than a horse-sized duck. Yeah. Horses are huge, dude.
Because, like, a horse-sized ducks, or, like, birds in general, they're just, like, very territorial, I feel like.
Yes.
Especially, like, ducks and geese. So that'd be an aggressive, like, they're charging at you, fight, like, they can step on you and just, do some work.
And they've got the aerial advantage as well. They've got claws, they've got beaks, you know, that shit hurts.
Awesome. The horses, if I do lose the fight, will just, like, Mufasa me, long live the king. And I'm like, whatever, it's a good way to die.
Like, I don't even... A horse wouldn't really be a problem, right? Like, what can they do at that size? They can just kick you.
They chomp.
They chomp? Yeah, but their mouths don't open very wide. I feel like a beak would open way... for sure. Way more, so I don't think they'd actually be able to bite through it, unless you're in, like, booty shorts or something.
the audio, like the auditory aggressive scream of a large duck would be so
Oh, yeah, that's
intimidating.
haunting. Yeah, I'm going for the duck-sized horses. I think that's a given.
Yeah.
Plus, I just don't like things that are bigger than me. So, yeah,
Oh
definitely,
man.
definitely that one. How did you get into games? How early / late? And what are your favorite type of games? And then a top 5. Okay, so lots of games, basically. First of all, how did you get into games? Quick fire round. Let's go. How did you get into games?
Touched about it episode 1. If you want the full rundown, definitely check that out.
Yes.
My first getting into video games, brother got a PlayStation 1 for his birthday. He didn't really play it. I played it a lot, and then my sister noticed it, got me a video game. It was Final Fantasy 9, which brings me to my favorite genre of video games, which is RPGs. But I also like shooters. If I had to go with the top 5 games that I'd play, it would probably be Final Fantasy 9 for all-time favorite. Dragon Quest 8. Right now, I'm enjoying shooters. Rainbow Six Siege is a very good shooter that I enjoy, so I'd put that on the list. Fourth, that's a tough one. Egg's Broken Heart is 2. Fifth, can't really think right now. Animal Crossing.
Really? Animal Crossing makes the top 5?
Yeah, it's been there for me in my sad moments.
Oh, true. I get that one. Okay, how did I get into games? I got a SNES when I was very young. First game was like Street Fighter 2 that I can recall playing. I might have got the console before that, which I'm not sure what it was. I think it was some kind of Atari, and I remember some kind of Mickey Mouse game, so that as well. So pretty early on. Favorite types of games? That one's kind of hard actually. I like being competitive in games, but I also like competitive 1v1 games. So stuff like Pokemon, fighting games are pretty good.
Podcast.
Yes, that one as well. Sure. Top 5. Oh geez, Rick. Pokemon Emerald, Tekken 6, League of Legends. Even though I don't play it anymore, but I put so much time into that game, I feel like I have to throw it out there. Payday 2, and Conan Exiles.
Solid rounded.
Mm.
I'll fuck with League.
Yeah, League's great.
Alright.
It's just the community that's fucking horrible. Okay, Falcon's question.
I feel like Falcon's question's innately flawed.
Yes. I feel like it's a dead giveaway, right? Like this one's a guaranteed answer.
With the 100%. If he said like a 85, I think it would have made the question immensely better. But the question is, if you were given a 100% guaranteed successful relationship with someone, but it had to be one of your exes, would you do it?
Like,
do you want to go first, or do you want me to?
Well, I'll go first. Yes, of course. You dated all those people for a reason. Whatever the reason was that caused the relationships to end, if you had a 100% guaranteed successful relationship with that person, then that wouldn't have occurred. So you would still be with them. So yes, it just makes sense.
It's also yes for me. Just because who I am as a person as well, I maintain friendships with the people I ended a relationship with, and or vice versa if they're willing. Like we just continue our friendship because before the relationship we were good friends, and then we decided to date and things happened. But like I don't think it's like ground for losing a friendship based on circumstances. So I try to like keep the communication there. Like if not like burn bridges and things like that, just sort of like I don't know, be a nice person to them.
I mean, I've tried to go down that road as well. It didn't work out for me personally. So, but that's for the best in these current situations. Like, we're not with our exes for a reason, basically. But again, if there was like a guaranteed 100% chance of anything that was, beneficial to you, and it's basically saying, do you want a perfect relationship? That's what the question is right now, right?
Yeah, but based on the question though, I really think like it being guaranteed success makes the question like kind of dumb because like everyone really wants a successful relationship, even if it is one of your exes. Like the fact that it's a guaranteed successful relationship means that you work past whatever issues you have.
I mean, the 100% thing, we're just slating on Falcon right now. Falcon, we love you, but fucking stupid question.
Yeah,
but the 100% guaranteed rate, yeah, the 100% guaranteed rate is like it would work if the caveat was not someone that you've already dated. If you've already dated that person, then that shows that you would like to date them anyway. So if it's guaranteed to be successful, then it just makes sense. If it was someone that you would like never want to date, if it was one that you never wanted to date, like fucking, fuck knows, dude, like Theresa May, right? Like, I would never want to date Theresa May for obvious reasons. But if it was like 100% guarantee rate, like that it was just a good relationship.
Name could be like Resume for short.
God, right. You handle this now. I'm taking a break.
I understand where Falcon was coming from though, with like the exes angle. He was like, oh, because some people have like really bad exes that they're like, oh, this is a regret and things like that.
Yeah. Maybe he just asked the wrong people. Maybe we're just the wrong people to ask the question.
Maybe we just all love our exes still. A
little bit. I think you're. That sounds bad, right? But I think everyone still holds like a bit of a candle to past relationships. If you don't, you're a fucking maniac. You dated those people for a reason, so.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I scrolled down. Right, so Chippy's questions. Chippy92. When is Nuggy?
Clutch with the questions.
I know, right? Definitely didn't ask them to get questions before the stream. When is Nuggy coming out of retirement? You miss his 10 out of 10 content.
Alright, so this one I originally planned on not having a set date, or even at one point I was like even considering never coming out of retirement. And just like working on other aspects of life. Like I've been having a blast with this podcast. I guess I should briefly touch on why I went into retirement from Twitch. I recently found myself just like stagnant, not creating the content I wanted to, defaulting to things, and just like overall not having a good time because it's also winter and I do struggle with keeping my overall mood up in general. And streaming something that requires you to be at like pretty close to 100 all the time. You know, just to like be entertaining and things like that, and just like really like be on brand, on point. So I found myself not there, not happy, and it's not like, oh, I hate Twitch, I hate streaming, because I loved it. I loved the community. I loved like playing games and hanging out with people. It's just I wasn't at the point where I wanted to be, and I had to take a step away to like realize that, work on myself. So that's why I went into retirement. But I definitely like see you guys in chats and things like that, and you're like, hey, Nuggy, come back, come on. New Kid even took a step out to make a challenge that if he beats certain conditions, then I should come back to you out of retirement. And I'm gonna humor him to it, because I think it's spicy. News recently, like I said something in a chat about like how it felt like we were getting stagnant and things like that, and he really like took it to heart and started getting inspired. So he's on this like whole like renaissance, rebuilding his stream, really like working on making it like unique and fun. And I'm like so proud of it and moved by it that like I want to see him succeed.
Oh, of course.
So
News a really good guy.
Yeah, if you guys save up 50k points, please redeem that mega dab. You're in for a treat.
There's a mega dab now?
He reworked the dab and the mega dab.
Oh shit!
So
dude.
they're.
Can it top the double dab though? The double dab was pretty fucking fire. Way go up.
You don't know what you're missing with.
Oh baby, okay, dab. Saving up. What sort of game would be your dream game?
One that I play for more than 2 days in a row.
It's too hard, dude. Yeah, one that can hold my attention. One that brings people together across multiple platforms. Because I think cross-platform is just the way to go.
Yeah.
One that doesn't punish you for not playing too much. Well, actually, no. Let me rephrase that. One that doesn't punish people for not playing, but it also benefits people. No, sorry, rewards people who play consistently. Like I think something that's kind of spoon-fed to people these days are like seasonal rewards. So for instance, like if you play like Overwatch and you played like the first Halloween, you could get Halloween skins, but then the next Halloween the old Halloween skins came back, so it didn't really reward the players who played the first season. You know, there's no like OG status anymore.
League does a good job with it for the most part. They've recently started doing like the random skins where you can unlock legacy things, but for a while they have like some exclusive skins.
Yeah, it's like the victory skin, the Victorious skins, I think they're called, like Victorious Jana, Victorious Jarvan. Those were really good. Like, I've still got my Victorious Elise from season 3, dab. But yeah, like shit like that. Just reward players who were there from the beginning. I think that's a big thing that kind of games these days overlook because they're wanting to cater to everyone, that they don't really reward their day ones. And
If I
go ahead.
if I had to describe like my real answer, not something that just like holds my attention for more than a day,
Mhm.
I want it to be like an MMORPG, but I'm very peculiar. I want customization options, player owned housing with like you can furnish um
I'd settle
good
for like
quests.
clan housing, honestly.
Clan housing's nice, player owned housing's nice too. I pretty much want like Animal Crossing with quests, good combat, player versus player, activities, and like a really good like social hub.
I just want Ready Player One. I want what is it called? What's the Oasis? That's what I want. I want the Oasis.
And here's Wonderwall.
Oh, fuck you. But yeah, I wouldn't really care what the genre is, as long as it's something that can cater to, hold my interest personally and hold other people's interests. And then something that is both social but also competitive. And a good balance of PvP and PvE, because PvP, if it's just team versus team, it gets kind of boring. Like, I want some 1v1 shit. Kind of like For Honor, even though I never really played it, but how you could do 1v1s, but then you could have like 2v2s, etc. That
Yeah.
kind of shit's fun. Favorite beer or wine? One's easy for me because I just don't drink, and even when I did drink, I didn't just beer, just any kind of beer. So I'm good.
Wine. I'm more of a white wine, basic bitch, Riesling or Moscato. Just like something I can like binge drink, get real sloppy with. Take a whole 750 or 1.7 to the face. Uh, and then for beer, I don't like IPAs, and I know like ales aren't technically beers. I do like Blue Moon though. Sam Adams October Fest is a good one. And I don't know where Peach Lambic really falls. It's not really a beer. It's a lambic. I don't know what the fuck those are, but I fuck with Peach Lambics.
Yeah, all of that went straight over my head. I have no idea what you're talking about with any of that shit.
Oh no, lambic. Yeah, no, lambics are beers fermented using wild yeast in the air and aged, soaked in barrels. Yeah, no. So favorite beer, Peach Lambic.
There we go, Peach Lambic. Sorry. So will I ever gain a normal sleep schedule? No, is the hard answer to that one. Sorry. Um, Last but not least, from Chippy at least. Hey, that rhymed. Are you guys left hanging or right hanging?
It varies day to day. It's
Give
more
me
or less like
give me a sec. Keep going.
how lacklusterly I throw my like swing my boxers back up after taking the piss. Today I'm on the left side right now, but
Right side.
I'm right side dominant with a left side at the moment.
No, I just have to double check. That's not a question that I've been asked before, or considered checking myself. But yeah, good shit. I feel like I know a little bit more about myself now after that. So thank you, Chippy. Thank you.
I mean, isn't how's it hanging a question that people normally ask?
I mean, yes, but I think the context is different.
Is it?
Eh.
I thought that was like the origin
Oh,
got
it for sure is.
normalized.
Unless it's like, how's it hanging? I don't know, dude. Right. Next, next question. This one's a spicy one. This one's all you, by the way. Sketch. Sketch asked in Milu's channel, I mean, should I ask where babies come from? To which she replied, yes, and then it's directed towards Nuggy. So, take it away.
Well, first of all, babies don't come from me. Wrap your shit or make sure she's on the pill. But it depends on where you personally, because I don't think we have a set answer of where does life begin or what you qualify as a baby.
Oh
Like,
no, we're not going down that road.
yeah. I would argue that either the baby comes out of a vagina or from the nut, depending on how you want to go about it. But yeah, just sex, rigorous rigorous sex, or you can get it artificially inseminated from a bank. That's a cool way too.
Or
Um,
adoption.
that's not where they come from though. That's where you pick them up.
All right. I was just trying to contribute. You already took all the other good answers, so.
Or
Yeah.
they come from religion.
All right, moving on. Moonshot. Favorite Pokemon if Gengar didn't exist? So the next question. No, I'm kidding. Probably Rowlet. He's a cute little owl. He doesn't take anything seriously, and he fucks around a lot.
If I had to answer this question, even though it's not directed at me at all,
Oh, it for sure is.
yeah, it would be for the Gen 1ers, Squirtle. And then I like the Meryl line, like Azumarill, Meryl. I really like that line.
Yeah. And obviously he would also choose Gengar if it was available.
Nah, no.
Shut
Around
up.
Blue Boys.
Oh, baby.
They just resonate with my dating history.
Jacked Squirtle all the way. Okay, and then this one was actually from my sibling just before we got started. And she's like hitting us with the real like interview job level questions, right? Where do you see things going a year from now? Like where do we see ourselves a year from now? I'm assuming she meant in terms of like Twitch and the podcast and stuff, but take it how you yeah. It's up to interpretation.
That's my biggest weakness, I want to say. I don't really think about the future.
Same.
I'm a very in the moment kind of guy. Like, we don't even plan our podcast. What makes you think we're planning a year in advance?
I mean, we have like I don't want to say goals because goals is a bit too aspirations, maybe like where we would like to see things go.
Yeah,
But
but
it's
like,
not.
there's no set time
Yeah,
limit on that
yeah.
because
I don't think you
everything's
can.
based on moment. Yeah,
I don't
I
think you
mean,
can do this kind of stuff.
there's definitely things you can like push for and work towards, like physical goals and things like that, and just make a push for it. But like, aside from that, it's just more or less like a year from now. I hope I'm alive. Maybe I'm not
Hopefully.
planning on dying, but like,
Oh, baby. I actually had this discussion with Sophia last night, I think it was. So we're gonna start wrapping this up, but it's gonna answer the question at the same time. So last night I went downstairs after talking to Sophia, and it was like the first day I'd really like just taken to just chill in a while. And I was going to get a drink, and I found myself smiling like an idiot. Right? I was just smiling. I didn't really know why, and then I got hella emotional, dude. I was like, I don't know. It was just for the first time in quite a long time that I was just
happy to
happy.
be alive in the moment.
I was just happy. You know,
Yeah.
like true, like genuine happiness. And honestly, like to answer the question, I would like to see myself being in a same position or even better from a year from now. And yeah, I was getting hella emotional there. I was like, yeah, I'm just happy. And like, stream's been going really well, but it's not like it's not just numbers and stuff. It's just people like taking time out of their day to just come and hang out with me. You know, like there's new people coming in, which is obviously great, but just like having those like day oneers who have been there like forever, and you know even newcomers who are there from like day to day. It's wild. And then obviously like the art stuff's been picking up, which has been really nice. The fact that people like trust me to make artwork and kind of represent them on that level is huge. And yeah, I just hope that things keep steadily improving as they have been and go on the up and up from here on out.
Hey. Good. Well, that's our AMA for this week. We're gonna go back to probably regular scheduled content just bands with the boys. Hope you guys liked this. If you didn't, if you did, let us know in the comments. Reach out to us on Twitter. We love hearing your feedback, honestly. We try to reply to every comment. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a blast. Like I say, when we started this, it was kind of a passion project, right? And we didn't really have any expectations for it, but the fact that people have actually enjoyed it, and some of you are like watching weekly, it's kind of wild. And
Calling us out weekly.
So we hope to keep doing this as well. Like, podcast is great. Like, Nuggy's like one of the best friends I've found on the internet. So to be able to just like chill every week and do this kind of stuff, and then have you guys enjoy it is huge, right? So
not gonna lie, having this podcast actually like really helps me out more than you guys know. Without it, I'd probably just be like not having any internet presence besides lurking in chats. Especially with the retirement thing. So like just having like a great friend to talk to weekly. We talk like on a normal basis outside of the podcast. Just like being able to sit down, just have conversations, stuff like that.
yeah,
It's a
it's
great
like
time.
dedicated time, right?
Yeah, it's like it's a commitment I'm fixed to,
Exactly.
and it's really great. So thank you guys, thank you G, all love.
Yeah, thank you guys, and we will catch you next week. Love your faces. See you then. Any closing words?
Oh man, oh G, boosted.
Not Quave alert. See you next time. Peace.
Magical.